Okay, guys, so we'll start. So yesterday we actually completed our employee transactions. So we had an employee in a system. We worked on a change location of the same employee. We discussed about the update modes, when to use correct, when to use update, and how to see a future dated transactions. So now we'll move to some other topic, that is area of responsibility. So this area of responsibility is a very important concept. It plays a significant role when we write some approval rules or when we work on a security. So whenever there is an organization, so maybe a person is given some responsibility. So maybe a person can be HR representative, a person can be a benefit representative, a person can be like a sports captain. So, and as soon as you give a responsibility to a person, you also assign a set of population to that person, that a following person will be an HR representative for this and this department, this and this business unit. Uh, a person will be a payroll administrator for this and this uh, uh, division, or this and this legal employer. So you can do all those things. And depending upon the area of responsibility, how you have set up in your organization, uh, your approvals, your security, a lot of things can be a lot of things can use it, the idea of responsibility for their purpose. We will go in a system and try to create a area of responsibility. So we'll use our own person which we have hired, and we will actually assign an area of responsibility to that person. So I'm using my first user. So you have to go to person management. From person management, you need to search the user to which you need to assign an area of responsibility. So you will search that user, you will click. And while you are assigning the area of responsibility, you will also decide the population. So we'll go to this manage employment page. Click on this task. This task will help us to navigate to different options, like for personal data we have to go to manage person, for work relationship data we have to go to manage work relationship, for employment data we have to go to manage employment. So in that case we have to go to a navigation that is manage area of responsibility. What we are trying to do is that this training one and user one is a benefit administrator for the entire organization. So we will assign that responsibility to this person, and we will also assign a population, that is entire organization. So once you come in this manage area responsibility, you need to click on this create. So you can give any name. I can give like 100314, that is a person number, benefits administrator. Responsibility type, so you can select any one of them. You can also create a custom responsibility type depending upon your requirement. So let's see, benefit representative, human resource representative, payroll, union representative. So these are seated ones. And this A to F training, Amit AOR. So all custom, you can easily identify which one are the custom one. So let's click on a seated one. In this, include in a work contact. So in case you have any contacts, those will also get included. So you can also give a date from when you want to assign this person this responsibility. So let's give 1/1/2001. We can leave that in date is not required. So we can leave it blank. So these are the ways to identify a population. If you select a particular business unit, all the person in those business unit will have training one, user one as a benefit representative or administrator. So let me change representative. If you select a legal employer, so in that case what will happen, all the person hired in that legal employer will have this person as a benefit representative. So likewise you can use multiple options depending upon your requirement. what we will do is that we will select the entire organization. So in order to select an entire organization, the shortcut is from last name to last name. So enter A on the top, in the last name enter Z. So this will cover the entire population. So the person last name starts from A to the person last name starts to the Z. So it will cover each and every person. So once you are done with giving a name, this name can be anything. It is a user field, text field. Select a proper responsibility type. I will also show you how to create a responsibility type after this. Click on include in work context so that it will be all your contacts will be also included by default. From date will be any date you want. You can go 1/1/2001. So all the employees hired on 1/1/2001 or after 2001, or all the employees who are active in the system as of 1/1/2001 will get this person as a benefit representative. From last name, make it A, to last name, make it Z. So that will cover the entire organization.
So this from
Please
last
come
name to last name is basically all names of all the employees who are working in that business unit who would get this person as a benefit representative, right?
Yeah. It is not a business unit, it is the entire organization. So company can have 5 or 6 business units. But if you want to capture the entire organization, so this is the way you can do A to Z. So means the person whose last name starts with A and the person whose last name starts with Z. So I think everybody last name will either start from A, B, C, D, something like that. It will have some alphabet. So it will get covered into this condition.
But if we enter a business unit and legal employer or on the left side, then it would be limited to that business unit and legal.
That business unit legal employer, yeah. So in that case, you don't need to enter this. So you will see as soon as you will click submit, the system will display a message that a request was submitted. So behind the scene, a process is actually running. So what that process is doing is that it is actually assigning this person, training one user one as a benefit representative for the entire person in the organization. So process is running behind the scene. So this is a way to create a area of responsibility. If you want to see and create any custom area of responsibility lookups, so you can do that also. So for custom lookup, you have a task, setup and maintenance. So what your task will be, you are going to create a custom area of responsibility lookup. So you will use your person and create an area of responsibility to that person. So see, it is a responsibility type. All the, you can see these are the custom one which is created. The seeded one, you cannot uncheck them. All the custom one you can, so let's uncheck all of them so that we don't have any chunk data. And you can create an area of responsibility like you can use our training like AOR. So you can use your initials, give a start date 1/1/1901. This is will be 12/31/4712. So all the objects in HCM on a 4712. Okay, so it is saying it is already there. Let me give a code training over one. Okay, so once you go and try to edit this, so we should be able to see a new responsibility lookup. Okay, so it is freeze. So let me try to. So you guys can try. So what you can have to do is that go to this task in the setup and maintenance, create a lookup. So maybe you can use like training AOR practice 123 or something. Once you are done with the lookup, use a start date 1/1/1901. 12th and end date should be 2 December 12/31. No, 31st December 4712. So end date will be 12/31/4712. Once you are done with the creation of a lookup, then go to the person whom you have hired yesterday, go to manage employment. From manage employment, click on the task. From the task, go to manage area of responsibility and assign a responsibility to that person using the lookup value which you have created. And you have to assign it to the entire organization. So for that you have to use from last name to last name A to Z. Do you want me to repeat the exercise?
Sir, I didn't understand this custom process, and what is exactly a lookup? I don't know about it.
So let me try to use another employee.
Praveen, can you go from the login page and just show us the navigation path how you have reached there, because I'm not able to find it how to reach there. Yeah, in the first place, this page,
Okay.
how it has come.
So this you are able to find from the login page. Can you go to the setup and maintenance? You have to go to click on setup and maintenance.
Yeah, I'm at setup and maintenance. I'm at. Do you have to go to project or not? Just search task from there itself.
No, no need to. No need to. You can directly search the task. There you will look for this task, manage assignment responsibility lookup. So I have seen that in the chat. Click search.
Manage assignment. So from now onward, we have.
You want, you can.
Okay.
You want, you can. So both ways you can access the task. So that going to the project and accessing was the longer thing. So I have just moved to this. Okay. So once you are on this task, you have to create a lookup type. Click plus, enter any lookup code and the value which you want.
Where exactly is the business usage of this lookup? Like, why do you really want a lookup? What existing lookups are there?
Yep. So suppose that if a company has a requirement and they want to create a responsibility like a sport captain or maybe a cricket captain, maybe it can be like some fire representative. So representative can be any type. System actually gives you a certain list of representative like payroll, benefit, HR. But company can ask that we would like to create some other representative like safety representative or maybe like firefighter representative or maybe like a sport team captain or something. So in that case you have to create this lookup. If there is no requirement, you can payroll, recruiting, union. So does it answer your question?
Opens up a new menu for the person, or does it like what is the difference between a person who has that say fire responsibility and not has a fire responsibility? How does those two different users look like?
Yeah. So responsibility, don't compare this responsibility with e-business suite. So there is no menu attached to this responsibility. There is nothing attached. So for just time being, try to create a responsibility. The actual users of this AOR will come into approvals and security, which we will discuss on the day 5. So this is the first thing you have to do. You have to go to the lookup. I will come to the point what is the lookup. So you will go to this task and you will actually create a custom lookup if you need. Okay, you can use the seeded one also. You will go and assign a person an area of responsibility. So I will go to the second person. In person management, you have to search a person, click on record, go to this task, find this task list and go to manage area of responsibility. Click on this. Now we'll assign area of responsibility, the custom one, the custom values of which we have created, that is training area of responsibility. Click plus, give any name like, you can give any deep flow name. This time I can use GFF. This responsibility type will display all the values, okay, and which the custom one which I have created. So this is lookup. Lookup is like a list of values. Understood. So by default, system was giving us benefit, human resource, payroll, recruiting, union. We have created one more depending on our requirement. Maybe somebody else has also created. So in case we have a requirement to capture more values in this list of values, maybe more like 3 or 4 more values. So in that case, you will go to this and you will actually edit this lookup. Lookup is nothing but the list of values. So in case of any field which have a list of values in the system, it will have a lookup associated with it, which you can go and edit.
And
So
why
this
is the
field lookup
end
is
date?
this one.
Okay. And why is the end date that 4127 or whatever it is? Why is it so?
So
47212.
in system, what happens if you do? Yeah. In HCM, if you don't give in any ERP, if you work, there has to be an end date, whichever has a start date, which you know right now. So we give a future end date, which is 4712/12/31. That will be 31st December 4712. It is by default. So whenever you are creating any object, it system may ask you for an end date, system may not ask you for an end date. Whenever you the database or write a SQL, the default end date will be 31st December 4712.
Okay. And
Okay.
why is that? What is that A2F training representative and meaning? What does that mean?
It is a meaning. It is a meaning that it is coming in.
Okay, so we can write anything
I
over
think
there,
somebody has
or
disabled. It is, see, it is not enabled. So I think, let me see for something which is enabled. Okay. Can you see this is enabled? TRAOR. It is a code which is in the database and the name is training AOR practice. So you can see that training AOR practice is coming. So meaning is nothing but the description which will appear in your desktop values.
it is a description, okay?
And you can give start date like 1/1/2001 from A to Z. Click submit. So it will actually submit a process behind the scene. Okay, Sandeep. So guys, please confirm once you are done with the task. So go to the lookup first. Create a custom lookup depending upon anything you want. You can create like a sport captain, like something. And after that, go to your person, assign the representative.
You don't have to click on that enabled option, right?
Yeah, you have to check this enable. Then only it will appear in the list of values.
Okay, and we have to save it. Save and close or save it?
Save and close. Save and close.
So first you have add manage assignment responsibility lookup, and what is the next step? We need to manage a person.
So you have to go to manage employment, and from manage employment you have to go to the manage area of responsibility.
Praveen, after the manage assignment responsibility lookups, what is the name of the task that we need to go to?
So let me ping you. So you are asking about the lookup task. So it is manage assignment responsibility lookups.
Yeah, that I did already.
So are you doing the creation?
Creation of the lookup, but you wanted
So go to person management, search the person. So you will land into the employment page. From the employment page, click on the task.
okay, person management.
Task, yeah. And from that task list, go to manage area of responsibility.
So I'm searching for person management. I don't see anything. There's no task associated to enable functional areas and features of offering.
Yeah.
Person management, you have to go to navigator, and under my client group, you have to click on person management. This is how you search your person yesterday, I think, once you have done with the creation. So this is a place where we went. Navigator, client group, person management.
Hey Praveen, this is Lakshmi. I have a question about the scope of responsibility on the employee. I was trying to enter all the details like business unit, job, position. Do we have to enter everything?
No, so don't enter any business group, positions or job, just go like this. From the last name to the last name, enter that column, click A to Z. Let me show
Just
you.
A to Z, that's all. Huh? A to Z.
Yeah, so it will cover the entire population.
So I don't have to go specifically for a business group or anything like that.
No. You can try that in case once you have some time, but for this lab exercise,
Okay.
you will go A to Z like this.
So you don't have to. So it takes everything like any business group A to Z, right?
All employees.
Yeah, all the
Takes into account
employees.
of all employees.
So A to Z is good enough. Nothing, all the other fields you don't need. And the start date will be 01, like Oracle default dates, and end date is also Oracle default dates.
Yeah, so start date you can give any. Suppose that if you want to assign this representative from today's date, so you can use today's date. If you want to assign from 2001, you can give 2001. If you want to assign this person from 1951, you can give 1951.
Got you.
Sir, we entered the end date in that task when we are creating a lookup. So why don't we need to create another end date? Enter the end date when we are going to person management and assigning that lookup to that person.
See, there are two things. Lookup, what you have created is a different object, and this is a different thing. This is what you are actually trying to indent the relationship between the employee and the area of responsibility. So that lookup which you have created can be assigned to this employee. It can be assigned to some other employee also. So it is like a foundation data which you are trying to create. And in this date, you are actually creating a relationship that from this date and this date, this person is acting as a benefit representative.
So basically, we go to area of responsibility, select the create the responsibility name, assign the type which we created, and put the scope as A to Z, and just submit it, right?
Yeah, and just enter the effective start date. So you can use like 1/1/2001 or 1/1/2018.
Did that.
So this is how, suppose that if you have a requirement to create a responsibility for a particular business unit or a particular legal employee. So see, what we have done is that we created an area of responsibility lookup. We assigned a responsibility to a person, but the actual use where it will be used. So the area of responsibility actually plays a great role in approvals and security.